Hello, and welcome to another episode of Houston, We Have a Podcast. On this episode, we are doing a recap of 2018 and the movies we love or just want to talk about. On this episode, we are going to be talking about some of our favorite recommendations for the year. So hopefully you'll leave this episode with a few things on your to-do list. We also have a bunch of random questions about the best or mostest something of 2018 that we don't yet know. And joining us as our guests for the show, we have Rebecca and Tyler. So thanks for joining us once again.
Woo, woo.
Thanks for having us.
Woo, woo.
You guys were previously here for our popular movie episode with like Deadpool and Avengers and Han Solo. Yep. Now you guys get to talk about some of the other movies that you love from this year. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, the other end of the coin. This will be fun.
Can't wait.
So before we get into like kind of our main segments, the one question I wanted to pose, because I think we're going to get to more of the unconventional questions later, so I wanted to ask the conventional one of just what was your favorite movie of the year of this past 12, 11 months?
You first.
No, you.
I'm still thinking.
So, because I don't know if this is the right audience to talk about A Star is Born. The movie that I really liked from this year was Colette. And I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I have 4 words for you. They are Keira Knightley, period piece. And this is my love language. So I went into this movie knowing that I would love it.
Aren't like 90% of Keira Knightley's movies period pieces?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
And they're stunning.
Have you by chance seen Pride and Prejudice and Zombies?
I have.
I have seen that one as well.
What do you think?
Not as good as the book, which I've also read. It's a great time. I thought it was hilarious. I don't take myself too seriously, though, so I know a lot of Austen fans that weren't as into it.
But yeah, sorry, continue.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, Colette...
You're going to talk about Colette a little bit later, though, right?
Do you not want me to talk about Colette
No, this
now?
is just what was your favorite of the year?
Oh my god, okay. You know what, my favorite of the year I think was A Star is Born then, because it just made me feel so deeply. I thought Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper were brilliant. They had such great chemistry. The music was wonderful. It's definitely the best version of that film. I've seen a few of the other ones. Well, 2 of the other ones, but yeah.
Other ones?
So this is the 4th version of A Star is Born. There's
What?
One, yeah, from the early 70s with
Okay.
Barbara Streisand.
Sorry.
And, Chris Christopherson, and then, so.
This is the first one
Babs.
that they were musicians, though, right? The other ones were actors?
I think Chris Christopherson was a musician in the 1970s one with Barbara Streisand. But I know the Judy Garland one, they were actors.
I didn't know.
But they kind of straddle that line, and in the 40s, right? Like that line was more
Wait,
blurred.
Chris Christopherson?
He's the old
in
guy
Blade?
in Blade, right?
Yeah.
I was going to say.
I know nothing about this movie or these movies. I didn't even know there were more.
Yeah.
And all I knew was that Dave Chappelle was in it.
Really?
And my question for you was going to be, what does he do and is he good?
Yes, he is good.
He's a very minor side character that does his job.
He's just kind of there.
Yeah, he's there for a couple scenes. He gets the job done.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, the last time I saw him in a movie was Blue Streak. And that, is not like this at all.
I don't even know what that is. So,
It's Martin Lawrence pretending to be a cop to find a diamond that he stole.
Oh, yes.
Stashed in a police station.
All right, okay.
It's very dumb. It has some great moments that are very immature, but...
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I think that is probably quite different than Star is Born.
It's like I do remember that movie. It's like a good blending of buddy cop just meets kind of just funny.
I remember the diamond is taped in one of the exhaust pipes.
Yeah. Because before he goes to jail, he stashes it in a building that's being built. Why are we talking about Blue Streak so much? Sorry.
I think we
Star
found a
is Born.
pivot. Yeah.
No, you know what? That's all I have to say about it. It's fantastic, and you should see it, and the music is great.
What about you guys?
After you.
All right. Without talking about one of the films I'll be talking about later, I'll spoil a little bit. One film that I'm a sucker for like a cinematic experience. For me, is something that makes me feel something very heavily. And the movie that made me do that was probably Eighth Grade. Both kind of the comedy aspect, but also the, more emotional aspect. But that's coming up.
So that was your favorite movie of the year as well?
That was also my favorite movie. So it's one of my picks, one of my faves. I don't want to do this again, but I Love Dogs was another cinematic experience
That was a good one.
that I just thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that soundtrack that I'm still listening to at work all the time because it's just great songs.
Yes.
Solid, yeah.
And I like how they span a lot. Like you can tell he's plucked a lot of things in the soundtrack that are like homages to Kurosawa, and then also some like kind of 1920s sort of music as well. So it's kind of like paying a lot of homage to the golden age of Japanese cinema, which was really cool. As well as just kind of the different stylistic beats that the movie takes, like uses a lot of different forms of animation, going from like the live action animation to the more kind of like manga or anime style that you would get from like the news report segments of it.
Yeah.
I found that really, also was about dogs.
I did really like that they had the translator who kept doing the translation of the news, because it felt like it wasn't whitewashing Japanese society and that you'd have a Japanese person speaking English. It was like, here's a translation, and it kind of found the blend of both worlds of like, that your main audience is going to be English speaking.
Right. That was Frances McDormand's character?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And in just like a lovable kind of folksy twee way. Like it's this kind of like shoestrings sort of outfit where they're trying to like do the translations, and I don't know. It fit well into the movie, yeah.
Yeah. It was also interesting because after we saw I Love Dogs, we went back and watched The Fantastic Mr. Fox. And it was interesting to see like how far that animation style has come, because before I saw I Love Dogs, I didn't consider Fantastic Mr. Fox to be like dated looking in any way, but the animation is so much smoother in I Love Dogs.
I don't know if I'd put them as far ahead as the Leica Studios is yet. Who did Kubo and the Two Strings? And,
Yeah.
You're right though.
They're for me still like number one in stop motion animation, but obviously still very good with Wes Anderson and his style.
Yeah. Nor do I think was Wes Anderson aiming for something that was really cutting edge. I think he was, wanting to lean into like the dated look of some of this like jerky sort of plasticine animation looking kind of stuff.
Yeah, it adds to a certain charm of it, for sure.
Yeah.
Paula, what was your favorite movie of the year?
I'm going to be lame and mention something that we've already shouted out on our Instagram. By the way, it's at Houston. We have a podcast. But yeah, it's Annihilation.
Yes.
It didn't do that well, apparently. I've just learned from everyone here, because we were talking about it before we started recording. But it was just... It was my favorite. It was actually my favorite movie of the year, because it was just like so... I can't even describe... It was so different and weird and like scary, but at the same time, like... It's like... help me.
Yeah,
I know everyone's seen it.
So this is also my favorite movie of the year, so I'll chime in as well.
Yeah.
You mentioned the cinematic experience, and that's how I would describe Annihilation as well. Like, just the feeling you get while being there. You forget you're in a room of people watching a movie at a theater.
Yeah.
And kind of the experience takes over, and there's a little bit of horror, there's a little bit of like serenity, there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's just like it's
blended well together.
It's filmmaking craftsmanship, I think, on display. I fucking love that movie so much.
And it's just very unfortunate that we probably won't see another one.
Yeah.
That's one of the tops for me.
It made $20 million off a $30 million budget. So there's 2 other books in the trilogy. I hope we get to see them, but we probably won't.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
I keep going back to... Oh man, yeah, no, I'm thinking about how awesome that movie is. and just the range of things it makes you feel. Like they have wide cinematic shots of this like unreal sort of landscape.
Yeah.
Cut with like some like the whole kind of like body double thing at the end that just makes your
Yeah.
skin kind of crawl. Like,
Oh yeah.
I was just completely tripped out at the end. Like I was it was just so weird. Like I don't even know how to describe it. Like if you try to think about the movie, like you just kind of get lost in what you remember about it. So that's why
Yeah.
it's so hard for me to explain.
Well, and I think one of the really great things about it is, for me, like, it just has stayed with me. Like, I just found myself thinking about it, like, days later, and, like, how interesting it was, and, like, I thought it was really, found the skull bear to be fucking terrifying, but I still loved the movie, and, like, normally that's kind of a turn off for me, but I was so
One
there for
other
all
thing
of
that
it.
I thought it did really well was just having really good, strong female characters that weren't forced, that were
Yes.
still female in kind of nature.
Right.
There was one scene where one of them got attacked while they were in the water by a crocodile, and they all get brought over. And it's like all the women just immediately started to help her.
Yeah.
And it seemed like if it was a group of men that probably wouldn't have done it like that, and it seemed like, okay, they're still being feminine, but all these characters are very strong. They're very good at what they do. They have their rules, but it's not in your face in the way that Ghostbusters was. Of like, it was forcing it. It was just, here's just good characters.
So you're saying it was a good movie?
It was a good movie.
Yeah, that happened to star a fantastic cast of women, right? Like, all these characters were scientists who were also women,
Yeah.
right? It wasn't like, look at this lady movie we made. All you ladies out there, right? Like, yeah, there needs to be more of that.
But it's unfortunate when like a movie like that comes out and it's so good and it does everything so well and then it doesn't make its budget back,
I
and it's like, okay, they're not
know.
going to make movies like that anymore.
Yeah.
So
yeah, one single tear going out for Blade Runner 2048.
Okay, we'll keep shouting them out on our podcast,
Yeah.
and hopefully
universe knows.
all 20 all
listening.
20 of our listeners go out and buy 50 copies each.
There we go.
So on that topic, we got Men in Black coming out next year, which is going to be like a Women in Black movie
Oh.
with Rebecca Ferguson and Tessa Thompson.
Yes!
Valkyrie.
Is it going to be more
nice.
Annihilation or is it going to be more Ghostbusters?
Oh, God.
So what else did you guys like to see?
Yeah, let's transition that into our next segment. So our next segment is really, what are some movies you want to talk about this year that maybe every other podcast out there isn't talking about, but you think is a movie that really connected with you in a certain way and you want to talk about? Yeah, you think you have some opinions about and you want to talk to us about. Each of you guys have brought a couple movies, 2 or 3 movies with us. So we will just kind of go around the table here and talk about movies that we want to talk about this year. So Rebecca, how about you start us off?
Yeah, so I started talking about Colette already a little bit, so I'm just going to keep going. So this movie is based on the life of a French novelist of the same name from the early 20th century. It was directed by Wash Westmoreland, who directed and co-wrote Still Alice with his late husband. And the production team behind Colette also worked on Carol, which had Kate Blanchett and Rooney Mara, that came out last year. Got some Oscar buzz. Like I said, it stars Keira Knightley, across from Dominic West.
Is Dominic West
McNulty.
From The Wire.
Yeah, he is.
right? Okay, yeah. I don't watch The Wire, but for some reason I know who he is in The Wire.
I don't watch The Wire either, but I also know that.
One thing I thoroughly enjoyed was seeing Dominic West in a fat suit. I think that was great.
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did he actually wear a fat suit or did he just get fat?
He probably wore the fat suit because he's a pretty skinny dude.
Yeah, I feel like it was the fat suit.
And it wasn't the whole movie. It was just kind of like, near the end.
Yeah, because it takes place over sort of several years. So anyway, so this movie is basically about Colette is this French country girl. She marries this very successful Parisian publisher, and then ends up ghostwriting for him. And then writes this movie writes a novel that's based on sort of her life in the countryside, and it becomes The Toast of Paris. And then it leads to this sort of fight between Colette and her husband Willie. about sort of ownership and identity and self-expression, and she sort of breaks away from him. And it's very much like a Me Too kind of movie. Like, it is definitely of this time. It's about women, like, you know, claiming their voices and being their own people. You know, it's a beautiful film. Like, it takes place in Paris. I read that it was mostly filmed in Budapest, which is a beautiful city. The costumes are beautiful. The acting is great. Yeah, it's just a great period piece all around. I really liked it.
So a question I have for you is, I feel like I'm open to a lot of movie types. One movie type that I hate and I cannot watch is period pieces.
Okay.
You said it makes a good period piece.
Okay.
What makes a good period piece?
So for me, part of it is sort of the richness of the visuals. I'm a very visual type person. So the costumes, the sets, I wanted to evoke another time. This does that well. The listeners at home can't see my haircut, but it's kind of Colette inspired. So that's part of it for me, but there's also definitely a romantic aspect or a romance aspect to period pieces that definitely draws me in. Maybe if you tell me what you don't like about them, I can answer your question.
Yeah,
a
when you
little
say
better.
period pieces, like what about
Victorian.
Oh,
Specifically
okay.
Victorian.
I was gonna
Okay.
say
I don't know, like, for whatever reason, like, I'm open to a lot of story pieces and, like, romances, but
Right.
for whatever reason, period pieces just have never really struck me.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe, like, one or two here and there.
what about Sherlock Holmes?
Sherlock Holmes is fun because there's an action movie and, like, I have a bias towards action movies.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's, like, the traditional period piece where it's very much, like,
Sort of this-
visual based and like here's what the culture is like and here's a romance or a drama storyline.
Right.
I haven't been able to crack that wall.
More of like the drawing room drama, kind of like the Jane
Yeah.
Austen type stuff. Like, is that kind of what you're less
Yeah.
drawn to?
I mean, like, there's movies where I watch them and I'm like, this is a great visual, this is a great storyline, this
Yeah.
is a great story, I'm just bored.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that's a personal preference. Like, I think there are some that I can get through that, but it's like, I guess I'm more curious as like, I can assume period pieces are to you what an action movie might be like to me.
I
So
agree, yeah.
What are those elements for you that make Colette specifically fit that genre and make you really excited for it?
Yeah. So part of it is like the development of the character over the course of the movie. She's this country girl, you know, she starts out with these long braids and her clothes are all like, you know, unfashionable in Paris in the environment that she's in. And over the course of the film, she sort of finds herself, she starts making friends outside of her marriage, she updates her wardrobe, and she starts really expressing herself and finding ways to do that and making space for who she's figuring out that she is. And so for me, like, as a woman, I find that to be very interesting because I went through sort of a similar process growing up, kind of like, you know, making space between me and my family to figure out who I am and what I want to look like and be and do. And yeah, and then I feel like that's sort of a similar experience, like Colette making space between her and her husband and me making space between me and my family, like to have that more individuality, I guess.
It's like oddly relatable, even though it's from a completely different time.
Right, from 100 years ago, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's still quite similar.
It's almost to the extent where it's like a fantasy because it's
Yeah.
just so different.
Exactly, and like there's something about that. Like, I love sort of early 20th century Paris. Like, it's so romantic, right? You know, especially like the 1920s, which is a little later than this movie, but with Hemingway and Fitzgerald and Picasso and all those types.
How did you feel about Midnight in Paris?
So I hate Woody Allen, but I found it to be like unbearably neurotic, but I did love the visuals. Yeah.
Interesting.
No more talk about Woody Allen.
I love Woody Allen, by the way.
And you're allowed.
Wasn't he in Ants?
Was he?
He was the... Was that him? No, that wasn't him. No, in Ants. Yeah,
No,
he-
You're
you're
gonna
right.
have to look this
You're
up.
right.
And prove this.
It was,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
it was him, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the main guy. Cause the way he talks, you can't mistake him for anyone else. Anyways.
But I think I do understand you a little bit. I think the way that you're talking about period pieces is how I feel about coming of age movies.
Yeah.
I was just like, you connect with it or you don't.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
And I think like I find a lot of Marvel movies to be boring in the way that you find period pieces to be boring. I'm
To
like,
be fair, I also
don't
find
care.
Marvel movies to be boring.
Let the record show.
That's fair.
Okay.
Well, I hate both of you.
Coming of age movie, what a segue.
Tyler, take it away.
Nice. Yeah, so I spoiled this a little bit before, but one of my picks that you should go and rewatch in 2018 was 8th Grade. So I don't know if this is maybe more of a recent obsession or something that I've kind of fallen into lately. Coming of age movies, especially the kinds that have been coming out recently. So I was really taken in with Florida Project, which some people might not consider, your standard coming of age, what with the kid being like 4 years old. It's more, or 6 years old.
It's also not really about the kid.
It also isn't, yeah. It's kind of about the dynamic, the family, and kind of the situation they're in. There's also Lady Bird was another big kind of pick for me in 2017. But
I still need to watch that.
Getting into
I know. Sorry.
Getting into 2018, 8th Grade was definitely it for me. There was a lot of things to love about this movie. I really like the way that they approached kind of youth and young people. Whereas coming of age movies in the past, if I draw my mind back to like John Hughes movies or like Dazed and Confused, there's always kind of a cheese to them, and it feels like it's kind of like an adult pastiche on top of what the lives of kids are really like. Whereas there's a kind of honesty in 8th Grade, and a lot of the humor actually came from the adult characters trying to kind of like relate to this world and try and like insert themselves in it. Like the one scene where they're watching like a sex ed video, and then the woman just pops up on screen and says, "It's gonna be lit." And you're like, oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So there were moments like that were generally super funny, but also moments that really captured what it was like being a person in the 8th grade and kind of finding yourself and expressing yourself when kind of transitioning into high school in the age of media and instant technology. So it hit a lot of beats really good with me.
So one question I have for that is, and as I just mentioned, like coming of age movies, I love these types of movies. For whatever reason, I didn't get a chance to go out and see 8th grade this year just because of timing and whatnot. Is it just a coming of age movie that does it really well, or does it do anything particularly different that I haven't seen in other coming of age movies?
That's a good question. When I think about classic coming of age movies like kids in their early teens, it's usually kind of like a group dynamic sort of thing, like Stand By Me, where each kid sort of is representing like, some trope or some caricature. And it's more about like the story of what they're doing rather than them as a person. 8th grade is very much about the character that Elsie Fisher plays. I'm so bad with like actor and actress names that I've just written a list of all of them. Fun fact, Elsie Fisher is the voice of the youngest kid on Despicable Me. The one with the It's So Fluffy.
It's so fluffy, yeah.
Yeah.
I Want to Die. That's her.
Wait, so it's her in real life.
It's her in real
the
life.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and is it just like so? It's just following her through 8th grade.
Yeah.
Just
Kind of like...
Yeah, like, what is the movie about?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
even know at this point.
because
I touched all the things I liked about it, but I didn't really give the plot synopsis. Sorry.
for someone who hasn't seen any of these movies that anyone is talking about today.
So Elsie Fisher plays a character who is in 8th grade, kind of in the final weeks of it, and is trying to find her voice as she goes into high school. In reality, she's like a very withdrawn sort of person, very shy with not many friends. but kind of online and on her YouTube account, she's kind of trying to, I don't know, exude this character of confidence and like give advice and.
Is she like a vlogger?
Yeah. Like,
Oh, okay.
Have that kind of like very stereotypical like, you know, cheery sort of vlog outlook on.
Pretty much
her
what all
YouTube.
of us are trying to do on social media.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like on our Houston, we have a podcast Instagram where we pretend to be successful. Pretend to have followers.
I'm not even pretending. But yeah, okay, that makes sense, and I have a little more clarity.
Yeah, that's a little bit more about the movie. And going back to like why this over another coming of age movie? Why do I need to watch this one in particular? I talked about just how the humor plays, like kind of more of a deadpan sort of tone to it, which I really appreciated. Also, I haven't seen a lot of movies kind of tackle relationship with technology in a way that's not completely catastrophic. Like, oh, any technology is going to ruin you as a person.
Doesn't
You're
feel
gonna...
like a 50-year-old writing about technology.
Yeah. or it gets very preachy when people are like, oh, all social media is bad and you should feel bad for using it. Instead, you know, the director Bo Burnham found his voice using YouTube. So he knows kind of like, you know, the role that it plays in the lives of young people and the role that it plays in modern society. And, you know, you can marry the idea of like having a fulfilled life while also being active in social media.
I feel like it also really captured like the anxiety that social media
Yes.
can create with like the scrolling in bed in the dark, like, and how it just, you know, sort of gives you that FOMO or whatever. And it definitely captured that very specifically.
That was the question I was going to ask, is I was watching an interesting YouTube video the other day about movie progression, about how they show texting on a screen and then how they show the internet on screen. And like, I think all of us know what social media means to our lives. And I think movies kind of feel like they're behind that understanding. But is there a really good movie out there that has really captured what social media is as part of our life? Like, is this the best one? Is there any other really good examples?
Ingrid Goes West.
I haven't seen that.
The
It's
best
really
one that
good.
comes to mind.
Yeah.
That
It's
cap-
a very specific element of social media, like
Yeah.
the negative
Well, yeah.
side. But
I mean,
think
like-
it does it well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it for that one specifically, it blows up like it kind of just shoves in your face what social media could be, or like to the extent that it could be, which does happen sometimes, and that's why I like that movie. Which I've mentioned before on previous episodes if you've been listening. But yeah, I would probably check out 8th Grade and compare the two. I don't know.
Yeah.
Any last comments on 8th grade?
99% on Rotten Tomatoes. Can't go wrong with that. There we go. Let's end strong.
Awesome. And now for something completely different.
Yes.
Paulo, what do you recommend us?
I know, I feel very like isolated over here in this episode because like I mentioned before, I haven't seen literally anything that you guys have spoken about or will talk about today. I have not seen any of it. A lot of them are usually not the type of movies that I watch, but I mean, like, hey, I'm interested. But I guess what I'll talk about first is which one? Okay, Hostiles. So it's about like an army captain. It's back in like the Cowboys and Indians days, where an army captain has to take a captured Indian chief from like the jail on their base to like his home because like the conflict is over. And he has to transport this guy, him and his family safely, even though they've been like mortal enemies for like however long. And it's starring Christian Bale as the army captain, of course. And the Indian chief is the guy who plays like every Indian in every movie. I don't remember his name. He was on damn.
I just know that Ben Foster is one of his side characters.
Ben Foster is in it as well. I'll mention him later. Wait, hold on. I have to find the Indian guy's name.
I hope he's not the same guy that we mentioned in our Asylum Movies episode.
No. Okay, his name is Wes Studi, but I don't think anyone would like. Have you guys seen Deep Blue Sea?
I think I have.
Have you? It's okay. Sorry, really quick. Deep Blue Sea, like a cruise ship, and then there's like a sea monster, and it eats everyone. And then these people are trying to like rob the cruise ship, but then they stumble on all these dead bodies.
I only know it because Samuel L. Jackson gets eaten.
What? That's not different one.
Blue Sea?
Deep. Oh shit! No, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about with the shark.
Yeah.
I'm all over the place right now. Shit. Okay, forget it. It doesn't matter who he is.
But he's in Last of the Mohicans.
Yes, he is.
There we go.
Another movie where he's an Indian, probably. But anyways,
One would think.
but yeah, so it's I like those types of movies. First of all, that period piece, like Cowboys and Indians type thing, like Tombstone. Not so much Indians, but like just the whole like 6-shooter, like badass gunslinger of the West type thing. I like, but this one was like definitely a lot more dramatic, and I did get vibes of like, let's get Christian Bale an Oscar. But I mean, like I was still invested. It was cool.
Has he not won it yet?
I don't think so.
Not that I can think of.
Maybe he'll get one for Dick Cheney.
He was maybe, but like I could tell he was doing his darndest, as well as Rosamund Pike. She's in it as well as like a mother who loses her family to like some.
I feel like she's perfect for a period piece.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And
has been in several.
I think I can like she was definitely going for the Oscar as well, because she's like at the very beginning of the movie, like a band of bad Indians like attacks them, and they like kill like her her newborn baby that she's carrying. Like they shoot her, and like her 2 young girls, they like as they're running away. So like the rest of the movie, she's just like distraught and trying to deal with it. And they pick her up while they're trying to transport this Indian. So there's the whole dynamic of like, this lady lost her family to Indians, and now that she has to like travel with these ones who are like, they're not bad, they're not the same, they're not all the same type thing. So it's just that kind of thing. And there's Ben Foster, who he plays like a prisoner, but he's one of the soldiers that on Christian Bale's side, who he went AWOL, or he committed a crime. So they have to transport him as well to the jail. So there's a whole like conflict between like, I'm one of you guys, but you're taking me to jail. Meanwhile, like these savages, you're transporting them safely. And then like, wait, I can't spoil it. I shouldn't spoil it. I was about to just say the whole end, but like it's the whole arc of like this hardened army captain has to like get out of his mindset of like, these are the enemy, and
does Christian Bale have any reason to hate Indians in this movie?
Yeah.
He overcomes, or no?
Yeah, I mean, like it's kind of a general like, I've been fighting them for years, and they've killed all my friends, and like there's been bad stuff on either side, but I've like they've killed my friends, I've killed their friends, we hate each other, and it's just made clear immediately.
What is the level of so good examples of this would be Outlaw King and Bone Tomahawk, where it's like you look at this period of time and it's just like, violence is fucking violent.
Yeah.
Like, does it have that?
It's not that violent. Like, there's certain scenes where they're like fighting people, and it's just like completely off screen. Like they have to fight these guys in tents, like that are sleeping in their tents. It doesn't even show them fighting. It just shows the tents like moving and the sounds of them fighting. But then on the other end of the spectrum, like when the house, like the settlers get attacked at the beginning of the movie, like the father gets like scalped on and it's shown. So you get both you get both sides. It's very balanced. I mean, I enjoyed it. Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on the spot now. Do you know who directed this, or what else have they directed?
I think it was Scott Cooper. I just read it like 3 minutes ago. It was, wait, I'm still on Wes Studi's IMDb page. It was Scott Cooper. Yeah, Scott Cooper, who also did he did Black Mass, actually.
Okay.
Which I think you mentioned before last time you were here. Was it you?
I feel that would come out of Carson.
No,
Yeah?
I did not.
You did not like Black. I don't know if I've
sorry,
seen Black
it
Mass.
wasn't you. It was another
What
guy.
is Black Mass?
It was the Johnny
Briefly.
Depp doing White Religion.
Okay, say no more.
All right,
I'm out.
No,
I'm out.
it actually definitely wasn't
I'm
you.
calling it.
I know who it was, and it was another guy.
All right, let's move on. And now for something completely different again. I'm going to be talking about Suicide Squad Hell to Pay, which is a DC animated movie that I feel is worth talking about.
Holy shit, curveball! What the hell?
So this movie stars Christian Slater as the voice actor for I forget his name. Whoever Will Smith played in Suicide Squad. Deadshot.
Wait, Christian Slater.
Christian Slater. One of the reasons I want to talk about this movie is because it's a animated movie that I think not a lot of people would want to talk about. It exemplifies what I like about superhero comic books and superhero movies that I feel that a lot of superhero movies, Marvel, does not do very well. The plot of the movie, so the Suicide Squad is essentially a group of villains that a government agent or a government official, Amanda Waller, gets to do things for the government. In this movie, there is a card as part of this universe that if you die with this card on you, you get a free pass to not go to hell and instead go to heaven. And I
That's
thought,
Cool.
I thought this was really interesting for a comic book movie because you essentially take all these bad guys, which is what the Suicide Squad is, you put them against even eviler bad guys, and you say they are fighting for a card that if you get it and you die, all of your bad sins go away. And you get to go to heaven. And so you have these elements of redemption, of, hey, I've done bad things, but I'm sorry for them and I want to do better. You have these bad people that maybe haven't done so good and they just want to get away with doing bad things. But essentially the plot of the movie is you have a really, really bad guy who has kidnapped a surgeon to put this card into his heart in a way that if you take it away from him, he will die and therefore use up the card, and you can only use the card once, and it will send you to heaven instead of hell. And you have these group of bad guys going after them, try to take the card away from them, maybe for the government, but maybe for themselves.
Is there only one card in existence?
There is only one card in existence. It is a get out of hell free card.
Okay.
That you can only use once. So as soon as somebody uses it, it disappears and it can never be used again.
And what's the rules of its possession? Like, how does it know when I own it versus someone else?
It basically, if it's on your possession when you die, you get to go to heaven.
Okay.
And does it have a backstory? Like, who made it? Or where does it come from? No, it just poof, it exists. Look.
I can dig it.
It's been a while since I've seen the movie, so maybe it does.
Okay. But it's not really part of it.
No, it's not really. Like, it's more of like, if this exists and all these bad guys exist, how would you go about it?
Right.
And I found that really interesting because there's a lot of superhero movies these days that they treat mysticism and superheroism as like this thing that you just kind of like, people are bad, people are good, people make them fight together, and it's so boring. But like, you take a concept like this and there's a lot that you can explore, and like, to be honest, the movie it's an animated movie for kids. It doesn't really explore them the way you want them to, but it's like, it's a more interesting idea than I would argue a more interesting plot than any superhero movie of the last 20 years. So,
Including the actual Suicide Squad movie.
Suicide Squad movie was garbage.
I mean, that's setting the bar really low.
man.
It's really low.
Why couldn't that be the Suicide Squad movie?
That would have been awesome.
On that same note, the DC animated universe, there's a director called Jay Oliva. And if you see any of the movies that he put out, I would argue that he is the good DC animated director. All of his movies are really good, really interesting, R-rated violence usually. Really good. The guy who made this, his name is Sam Liu. Not as good, but I really liked this one. He did the original Suicide Squad Escape from Arkham movie, which the Suicide Suicide Squad live action movie was based on didn't do it as good, I would recommend that movie instead. But honestly, the Suicide Squad movies in cartoons are way better than the ones that have been made live action. So I would recommend this movie for people who watch superhero movies and don't really think they're interesting at all and don't think they can really explore good concepts. Watch Hell to Pay, and I think that's a good idea of what the genre could potentially accomplish, although usually doesn't, because of they need to pander to every existing audience.
Is El Diablo in this one?
He's not.
No, he died.
It's the usual,
And it's canon.
It's Deadshot, it's Harley Quinn, it's
Okay.
Zoom, who is the evil Flash version.
Oh, right. Oh, cool.
Yeah, so there's a lot of cool super villains, and one other thing I like is that they're totally not afraid of this being a Silva movie and just kill off whoever you want to kill off, because you're not gonna follow it up in a universe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say check it out.
Do you think the existing Suicide Squad cast could pull this movie off if it was made live action?
Honestly, if they had the right director, I think it would be a great movie, but they won't. They just won't.
Well, clearly not, but
My head is going to. I'm trying to think of like in terms of animated movies. What are some animated movies out there that you find are exploring some pretty heavy themes? Like, what
Aside from
jumps out?
Pixar,
Aside from Pixar, yeah. So maybe this could be the off the beaten track or recommendation.
I would say Leica Studios, so Kubo and the Two Strings.
There we go. Yeah.
The ending I absolutely love in terms of the message that you send to people about quote unquote bad people. Because I hate when we make animated movies for kids and we put the world in terms of good and evil, white and black. And it's like there are ways for you to look at people and understand them and like help understand why that they're doing the things that they're doing. And I think Kubo and the Two Strings is a great example of like how to look at the world.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I really liked, or I thought was so fascinating when I saw Spirited Away the first time, which was my first Studio Ghibli movie, is it was just so different than Disney, which is very black and white. I really enjoyed the nuance of those films.
I haven't seen any animated movies for a while, actually.
My
So
mind was going to Watership Down, where it's just bunnies just
Bunnies like
mauling each other.
brutally killing each
Yeah.
other. For some reason, I know that one.
I've never heard of this at all.
Really?
Oh damn! Okay,
It's
we got
like-
some
Was it
off mic discussion to
Books
do.
as well.
It's like
Yep.
Pocahontas style animation, except it's bunnies, like actual rabbits. They're not acting any different. They're acting like rabbits, and they kill each other. There's like bunny war. I don't know anything else about the movie.
Like a commentary on society. So.
Yeah.
Interesting. We will move on though. Rebecca, you have a second movie for us?
I do. This is another movie about.
It's very different from the first one.
It's completely different.
It's
Is Keira Knightley in it?
No,
Okay.
but it is about authors and a married couple, and it's maybe a period piece. Even though,
and it's maybe about the man claiming to write a book that the woman actually writes, but you know.
spoilers.
Okay, sorry.
Is it like a Ants / Bugs Life type? Like they came out around the same time? And
Yeah, definitely. You know, they're both good. You should both see them, or see them both.
Sorry, I'm gonna let you.
No, that's okay. Interestingly enough, Christian Slater is in this film.
Nice.
Oh, damn.
Heyo. But it also stars Glenn Close and Jonathan Pryce. And so the movie opens, and it's 1993, and you know because everyone's smoking indoors. And Jonathan Pryce is this big, major successful American author, gets a phone call. He's been selected. He's won the Nobel Prize for Literature. So him and his wife, Glenn Close, go to Sweden, I think, to receive the prize. And then the movie sort of jumps back and forth in time from them being at the Nobel Prize ceremony and getting all set up. Sort of, it goes back and you see them meet, and she's a student and he's her married professor at like Bryn Mawr or whatever all women college that she went to, and it sort of jumps back and forth, and you see their relationship progress to this place where Someone described the movie as Glenn Close smiling and nodding a lot. And she's, it's a very subtle movie. Like Colette is more expressive, and the wife is much quieter. It definitely it watches the way a novel reads, which totally makes sense because it's based on a novel by Meg Wolitzer, which is also quite good. It's quite a short novel, but it's very subtle, and it's kind of a smaller story, and the pacing is quite beautiful. Yeah.
Sorry, when you say it watches in the way a novel reads, like, I think, like, because in a novel you know what everyone's thinking.
Yeah.
But in the movie, like, how do they play that?
I think part of it is the brilliance of Glenn Close. Like, she's so capable of emoting, like, through expression alone. Like, even though you're not getting that internal monologue, like, you really see in her face what she's feeling in these moments, right?
I can see that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was one of, like, we were talking before this episode about a book versus a movie and how they play things out. And I think it's really hard in a movie to just have someone narrate what their thoughts are. In a book, it works a little bit better. But when you have somebody who can say visually what they're feeling rather than saying it out loud, it works so much better.
Yeah.
So is that kind of like the strength of this movie?
I think it is. And I think part of the way that it works is these two characters, Glenn Close and Jonathan Pryce, are complete opposites. She's quiet and subtle and thoughtful, where he is arrogant and bombastic and, but she also has this strength to her. And at one point in the movie, she says, like, I don't want to be thought of as the long-suffering wife. He's this successful author and she's the homemaker, so everyone thinks, right? And she says, like, don't thank me in your speech because I don't want people to just think that I'm like your little wife. Like, I'm my own person and I've chosen this life for myself, and there's dignity in that. And it's subtle, so it's harder to get at because it is quieter.
Yeah. One thing that because I'd watch these movies alongside you kind of back to back. I think Colette was first, and then...
Yeah, within about a week of each other, we saw them, yeah.
And what this one had going for kind of like the step above Colette was Colette, like, from the first drum beat, you kind of know what it's going to be about, and it's kind of like a beeline to, like, her empowerment and
right.
The other guy wearing a fat suit. Like, it's just one line going up and the other line going down.
Yeah, she gets to cut her hair and he gets to gain a lot of weight.
Yeah, and become impotent.
Yeah.
Dominic West, there we go.
Literally.
But this one was, the whole time she's kind of, maintaining this, this kind of, this was the life I chose for myself. And,
right.
like, I did kind of want to create, but also, I'm not a limelight sort of person.
Yeah.
And so you have to, like, say, who's in the wrong, who's in the right. I don't know.
Well, and the great thing I think about this movie and Colette as well is that you see that it's not black and white. Like, both, even if, with Colette, for example, like, Dominic West is exploiting Keira Knightley and she doesn't have rights in that period, right? But they are still getting things from each other, and you are clear on that, like what she's getting out of the relationship as well. And she does have agency, and it's the same thing with Glenn Close and Jonathan Pryce.
So you had mentioned with Colette that you like period pieces and that it was good at that one. You also mentioned this movie was shot was set in the early 90s.
Yeah.
We grew up in the early 90s.
We did.
Would you consider this a period piece, and does it capture that type of period, capturing the area as well, that contributes in the same way that Colette does, or no?
I would say because only half this movie takes place in the early 90s, and then the other half is like, I think when they first meet, it's like the mid 50s and then 60s and 70s. So because it is bouncing back further in time, I would say it's a period piece. Just the 90s part itself, like, isn't quite enough. It's kind of like watching movies that were just made in the 90s. Yeah, it doesn't have quite the same period effect, I would say. Or nostalgia for me, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler, how about your second movie here?
All right, we've been doing a lot of a now for something completely different, and I think this is another now for something completely different.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Because I'm going to talk about Death of Stalin.
Nice.
And this time around, I'm like, okay, I really got to nail the synopsis because I didn't do that great of a job last time. But the synopsis is literally Stalin dies. So Stalin dies, and there's a big power vacuum because he's created a system where he is on top, and everyone that could possibly challenge him is, sent away or killed. So it's him, as well as Steve Buscemi playing Khrushchev. You've got Jeffrey Tambor playing kind of the hapless puppet
Steals the show.
Malenkov, who completely steals the show. And the KGB head Beria, who is trying to subtly manipulate everyone behind the scenes. And each of them, they're all grasping at power. They're doing so in very different ways. And part of the dark humor that comes from this is just seeing all of this finagling, seeing all of this, yes, nice, seeing all of this power play, and the comedy just kind of springs from that. Both of these movies, like 8th Grade and Death of Stalin, were both sitting as comedies, but at very far ends of the spectrum, where 8th Grade is all situational and kind of, muted. Death of Stalin is all incredibly dark and very goofy.
I was
Or
definitely
my type of humor.
Yes.
That's what I was gonna ask next, like what genre-wise, what Death of Stalin would fall under, but
So comedy through and through. This was a directorial piece by Armando Iannucci, probably best known, at least in North America, for Veep. He's
Also a movie In the Loop, which is really good, but
Yes.
more British.
Yeah, a lot of his other stuff, like he did a lot of stuff with Alan Partridge on the BBC, and the Alan Partridge movie, which came out just a few years ago, I think. So probably very well known in the UK, but here probably best known for Veep. And I would say Death of Stalin plays a lot to that as well. It's kind of a political comedy that's got a lot of goof to it.
So I saw this at TIFF a couple of years ago, and one of my biggest issues was I saw the trailer, I was super stoked, and then all the best jokes were in the trailer, and then I loved them. Like, I was a little disappointed because all the best jokes were spoiled.
I hate
But
that.
Yeah.
then even now, like when I think about comedies and political comedies, like I just think, why can't you be a little bit more like Death of Stalin? Like, it's so smart and it's so subtle and it's humor and it's just really good.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's one thing that makes this a pick for maybe underrated or not widely released sort of movie is there's definitely a lot of wit to it. Like, anything that's going to play with politics and humor is going to have a writing style that lends itself to, being pretty witty.
And it's very dialogue driven. Like, the
Yes.
humor is,
Yes.
it doesn't set up a big joke and then wait for you to applaud. It's like, it makes a joke and then it very quickly goes on to the next joke and then the next joke, and it's like, it's just firing off the hits. Like, it's really good.
And sometimes it's just like an askance look from one person to another, or like a funeral procession where people are trying to butt to be first in line for something. Like, it's a lot of it is just kind of like a weird kind of muted pratfall.
One thing I was really surprised on, because you leave a movie like that and you start looking up the history, and it's like a lot of it was based on
I was
things
gonna
that
bring that up.
happened.
It was, I did the exact same thing right after. I needed to know, okay,
like was this
is
real?
This was complete embellishment, and the more I dug into it, the more I found out no.
Obviously, they play out the scenarios to be a bit more comedic, but like all those events happen.
Yeah,
Well, it's probably with them like reading what actually happened. They're like, this could be really funny, so then they played it that way.
Well, and that's the thing about Russian history, especially sort of recent Russian history, is it is so bananas. Like,
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's completely absurd, a lot of the stuff that happens, and it really lends itself to, film or I think it's based on a graphic novel originally.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I've seen it in a store.
Yeah.
I didn't read it, but I saw it.
Yeah, so that was my two ends of the comedy spectrum, but
Yeah.
I'm sold.
Nice.
It's so
I got one buy-in. I got some okays from 8th grade, but
No, this
solid
is the
buy-in for
only
this one.
other movie that somebody else here is talking about that I've actually seen. Huge recommend for me as well. Like I love this movie.
Can you compare it to anything? Like, there's not a lot of political comedies.
In the Loop, because it's from the same director, I would say.
yeah. I'm just thinking of this because it stars Jeffrey Tambor, but it's got kind of an Arrested Development sort of feel too.
It does, yeah.
I would say almost as zany. Like Arrested Development just goes off the rails sometimes and is completely zany, but this
This
is
one
also
goes off the rails
pretty
too.
zany.
Yeah.
Yeah, so both of those, if
I would say
Okay.
if you like Arrested Development, you'll like this movie. Yeah.
I would say if you also like Jason Isaacs, you will like this movie.
Jason Isaacs
yes.
is in it?
He's
How
a
could we
fucking
not-
legend in this movie.
just takes off the coat and the medals just fly.
It's so
Ah. It's got everything, yeah.
good. Yeah,
He was Lucius Malfoy, right?
he sure was.
Okay.
He's also Captain Lorca in the newest Star Trek
Oh,
TV series.
I haven't seen it, but I
Captain
know.
Bad Daddy.
Oh, it's fucking great.
Himself.
Yeah.
Paula, how about your second movie?
I picked Gringo for I don't know why. But it was really weird even for me. But so it's about this guy who's really pathetic, kind of. He's like, it's a true underdog type thing, where he works for a big company. He was hired by his friend, and like just everything there's just it's almost uncomfortable. Like his wife is clearly cheating on him. His best friend is about to sell the company and he's gonna be out of a job, but he's just kind of oblivious. And through some weird turn of events, he goes to Mexico on like some work trip, and he tries to like orchestrate his own pretend kidnapping so he can like finally make some money off all of his misfortune. And the guy it was really, I think my main attraction to this movie was that the main guy is played by David Oyelowo. Oyelowo? Whoa, I was way off. But the funny thing is, the last time I saw him in a movie, he was playing Martin Luther King. And then, so from there to seeing him where he's like, oh my god, just the full like accent, and he's just so like, it's almost like I said before, he's like, it's almost uncomfortable how just pathetic he is. So here you go.
Oh, a true champ.
Open a beer.
Bottle opener.
Open up beer.
Yeah, and it stars also Charlize Theron is in it, and Joel Edgerton. They're like his bosses who are like sleeping together, but also like about to put him out of a job because they're gonna sell the company. And then it has all this like, it's very random. There's like elements of like they're trying to do some drug deal in Mexico, and Amanda Seyfried is in it, and she's also in Mexico. I kind of got lost a little bit. Hold on. Before I continue, let me be clear. The movie is not like that good.
Okay.
I know it's okay. No, like I enjoyed it. Like as a movie though, like technically as a movie, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It's fine.
Yeah. No.
I'm getting like
A
Mike,
ringing endorsement. It's fine.
like Mike Judge's Extract. If anyone had seen that,
No.
one. Is it that?
What?
Kinda-
No, I don't know. Have
It's
you?
enjoyable.
It's no.
It is a pleasant 2 hours.
For like it's a
Extract
watch.
is okay.
For Gringo is a watch. I enjoyed watching it because, like it's just like the underdog thing, and then he ends up like getting his at the end, and it's like it's pleasant. It's nice. What happens in between is like kind of like a jumble, but it is very random, and you're not going to be able to predict what happens, which is what I liked about it. Like it's not the typical movie. It goes in a few different directions, which are maybe it could be confusing a little bit, but it's just, I don't think it's anything that I've seen before, which is one of the reasons why I liked it. And I don't want to say I related to the guy because he's like it's pretty bad. Like how, I don't want to keep saying pathetic,
Yeah, one thing I'd shout out is Joel Edgerton and Charlize Theron. Like, those are a couple of side characters, but like they nail those characters, and it's really important. Like, you need those characters to really perform well for that story to be good, and because you cast really good actors and actresses in it, like it makes the movie because of those strong supporting characters.
It's not just like they're bad and you hate them. It's like of course they're bad and you don't like them, but like they're actually characters on top of that.
They're really funny. And I don't know if I'm remembering the wrong movie, but Charlton Copley?
Charlito Copley's in it.
I fucking love Charlton Copley.
In anything that he's in.
Great.
Yeah. And he's just like the smallest of side characters, but like he makes the most of his screen time, which I like. It's I'll just mention the director because I looked it up also like within the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong, but I think it's Joel Edgerton's brother or someone that's related to him. Nash Edgerton.
Yeah, it's his brother.
Okay, it's his brother. I'm not sure why he would cast his brother in the role that he did because it makes him look like an asshole.
He does a good job.
He does a great job. So maybe he's just a genius. But it was an entertaining watch. I enjoyed it. If you want to see Martin Luther King just be a bumbling, oh my god, then that's definitely I recommend.
Nash Edgerton is actually more of a stunt director. He does more of like the stunt performers.
Yeah.
And he's done a couple good directing performances, and he's a pretty good director as well. So
There you go. I didn't know any of those things, but
Directing your brother. That's an interesting enterprise.
Joel Edgerton also consistently directs himself. So
What?
His brother directing both movies that Joel Edgerton has directed has had himself as a side character. The Gift and Boy Erased.
oh, what about The
Oh,
Thing?
shit.
Did he direct that too?
No.
That's John Carpenter.
No, the new Thing,
The remake. Of
the remake.
Okay.
No, Joel Edgerton is actually a pretty good director, I would say.
He's a good actor too.
Yeah. That Owen Lars.
Oh my god! Look at him now. Oh my god! I
Look
can't.
at how
Yeah.
far he's come.
I mean, from dying in Star Wars to.
He didn't die.
Flaming
He died.
skeleton.
Oh no!
He
No,
was
he
the
did.
young Owen Lars.
But then he died later.
Not
in A
Joel
New Hope.
Edgerton.
Oh, whatever. Owen Lars died.
Okay,
I got it. I'm
Thank
picking
you.
up what you're putting down.
I'm gonna move on. Second movie I want to talk about is An Evening with Beverly Luff Linn. I'm basically going to summarize this movie in a statement. If you like Napoleon Dynamite, you will like this movie. If you don't, you will not like this movie.
Sold.
Yep.
It's
Sign me
very
up.
much like it became a danger early on of being weird for the sake of weird. This movie stars Aubrey Plaza, Jermaine Clement,
Sold.
and
Sold.
Craig Robinson.
Craig Robinson,
Craig Robinson.
big black guy.
Yeah,
Sold.
from The Office.
Triple sold.
Oh, I saw the trailer for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the one now.
No, it's like if I recommend this movie to somebody and they come back to me and say I absolutely hated this movie, I would be like,
Okay.
yeah,
I know
fine.
what kind of person you are.
But
more about
like I wouldn't even judge them. But it's like it's very much on that border of weird for the sake of weird, which I can totally see other people and even myself saying I hate it just based on principle. But for whatever reason, it just works for me and I enjoyed it. And I think that's honestly because Aubrey Plaza and Jermaine Clement just are really good in those type of roles.
It's Jermaine.
But they nail it. It nails the awkward type of humor that I think is really good. The basic premise of the movie is that Aubrey Plaza just gets separated from her husband because Craig Robinson is playing a mysterious type celebrity who is coming into town, and she wants to go to his show to connect with him again. And meanwhile, Jermaine Clement is like a random person coming in who has fallen in love with her, and they're just at a hotel, and everything is super awkward. Like, for example, Aubrey Plaza's husband, he owns a coffee shop, and the two other guys, one guy just has his hair all waxed up and weird, and the other guy's like kind of a chubby guy who is awkward. And it's like everyone has a thing that makes them awkward. And honestly, like, if somebody says they hate this movie just based on principle, I'd be like, cool, that's fine, I get it. but it's like it really rides that line of it has enough of like because it's not weird for the sake of weird. It has a story that it's following, and all the characters just happen to be a little weird. Emil Hirsch plays one of the characters.
Oh my god.
Aubrey Plaza's ex-husband. Craig Robinson does a phenomenal job as Beverly Luff Linn. If you watch the trailer, you will 100% understand whether you love it. I really loved it. It's that type of awkward humor. It connected with me, and I would highly recommend it.
I think Aubrey Plaza is the funniest, like top 3 funniest women.
But like specifically in that type of humor, and you combine her with Jermaine Clement.
Yeah, no, exactly, yeah.
Both of them nail that humor, and it's so weird because Jermaine Clement is like hitting on and trying like he's a love interest of Aubrey Plaza, but their characters have zero chemistry. But that's exactly why it's interesting.
And
to
it
watch.
works.
Yeah,
He's like a male Aubrey Plaza.
yeah.
Oh, I love that. Is this the same director as Napoleon Dynamite?
No. I want to say somebody who's very much in that same style. I don't know who the director is, but again, like if you like Napoleon Dynamite, you will like it. If you don't, you won't.
Wait, what's it called again?
Looking it up on IMDb.
An Evening with Beverly Luff Linn.
Okay.
The
okay.
trailer does a very good job of telling you what type of movie it's going to be. So watch the trailer. If you like it, go watch the movie for sure.
Aubrey Plaza was in one not so long ago. I think like a 2017 release that I did not see in theaters at all or any trailers of any sort for it, but just caught it in Netflix. The Little Hours, which is a weird. She starts laughing. It's like almost like a costume drama with Aubrey Plaza playing a
nun,
an anarchist nun.
A
Yeah, there we go.
Nun.
Yeah. I tried
I've never heard of this.
I tried to watch that on Netflix, but it didn't really fly because my girlfriend was in the room.
It's got a very kind of it's probably in the same vein of like it knows what it is kind of going in, and it's just kind of very strange.
It's based on like I think a book or like some like
so.
Shakespearean, not Shakespeare, but like something along those lines, something like that.
Yeah.
For some reason, now I'm just interested in watching this.
Watch
Yeah.
it.
Because in Evening with Beverly Luff Linn, Aubrey Plaza was great. The movie we mentioned earlier, Ingrid Goes West, also really like she knows her style and she's hitting it out of the park.
And she's good at it.
Yeah.
Even though she's in like Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates as well. Like
Yeah, you gotta make your money.
yeah.
Yeah.
Make your money so you can do these things.
Yeah.
I'd also recommend one of the directors, or maybe a casting director of, not The Office, but Parks and Rec, described the casting of Aubrey Plaza and what that was like. Go watch that on YouTube because it's hilarious. Just him talking about the process of like she walked in and was her character from the first beat, and he's like, we need to write this person into this.
She just
I
like
guess
verbally.
it's perfect casting to have Aubrey Plaza and Chris Pratt together, and they just like discovered greatness together.
Yeah, right? Amazing.
Did she just come in and verbally assault him? Like
Well,
Yes.
yes.
I think you hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what
And
happened.
he
Yeah.
was like, so this is the weirdest person I've ever met. And she just stared at me and said nothing and made me feel so weird. We need to cast her.
So we've each done our 2 movies that we're going to talk about. Is there any movies you guys want to talk about before we move on to our next segment?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Or as I call Ant-Man and the whatever.
Hey, shut up, you.
Man.
Hey, Paul Rudd pretending to be Michelle Pfeiffer is like hilarious. Wait, have you seen it?
No, but I'm down
Okay,
now.
I want to do a callback to when we were on last and we were discussing the last Avengers movie, and you're like, it would be so cool if in Ant-Man and the Wasp, the bad guys just vanished. Did the bad guys just vanish? Did that happen?
No?
No.
Ah,
They
Huh?
missed.
They haven't seen it.
Okay.
I don't care.
But if you guys
I haven't
seen
seen Ant-Man.
oh my
I
god.
haven't seen the
You
first
don't
one
need
yet
to.
because
Shut up! Ant-Man is actually my favorite.
like I do like Paul Rudd and I'll maybe see it eventually, I guess. But
Paul
I really
Rudd
don't give a fuck.
I enjoy Paul Rudd. I don't know if I enjoy the movies.
It's so good. It's not like
It's Paul Rudd, the Marvel movie.
yeah, sure, yeah,
You know what
fine.
makes you
That's
chuckle?
fine.
I'll see it.
I love you, man. The Marvel movie. No, but like, so I'm not even gonna go into more detail about Paul Rudd as Michelle Pfeiffer, but it's so.
I'm
it was-
intrigued. You've said enough.
It's like almost uncomfortable, but it's like a good 5 minutes of. It's funny. You should watch it.
Very Paul Rudd focused. I think it's its best elements.
right.
They know what they have and they use it well. But then at the same time, it's a Marvel movie, so you know what you're getting.
What they have is Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
And Michael Pena.
Oh, Michael Pena too. Yeah. And Morpheus.
Oh,
He's in it.
Lawrence
Also
Fishburne.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's good.
Any other movies you guys want to talk about?
I'm.
The only thing I will add to this is definitely go see a movie called Thoroughbreds. I don't have much to say about it, which is why I didn't pick it, other than it's really fucking good.
I was.
Olivia Cook is amazing, but just go see it. And Anton Yelchin, because he's great.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah, the best.
Which was okay. The only one of the things I wanted to mention about this movie is I went in not knowing Anton Yelchin was part of it. He had been dead for 2 years by the time the movie was released.
Yeah.
And then I go to the theater and see this movie, and Anton Yelchin shows up, and I was like, what the fuck? But no, he's
It's a
great.
Tupac thing.
It's one of his better performances. It's great.
You mentioned this one before.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Also, A Quiet Place, which I know Carson would probably make fun of me for. It was a good movie. Shut up.
Going back and realizing, I did enjoy the experience of The Quiet Place, but I went back and I saw all of the other movies that came out around the same time that The Quiet Place did, and it just smothered them all. And you go and you see oh shit, this was a really great movie, that was a really great movie, that was a really great movie, and all anyone was talking about was A Quiet Place. So it has I loved watching it, but at the same time I wish it didn't kind of smother all those other great
Yeah,
great
honestly,
movies.
I don't think it's terrible, but there were certain scenes that were in the trailer that I'm that would be such a good scene, and it just wasn't in the movie, and it was just
What?
It's a little overrated, and I hate movies that are overrated, so I hate it. But it's not honestly that bad of a movie. It's fine.
I liked it. Again, a cone of isolation on this side of the room.
No, I'll be with
Well,
you.
yeah.
I'll be
I
with
still
you
haven't
with
seen
that.
Thank you.
it, so I don't
That's
know.
all right. I think you would like it. Well, you've seen it.
Yeah,
I
any,
think you would
any
like
movie
it.
that's willing
And-
to push certain aspects of the craft in a direction where they generally haven't gone in a while. In this case, it was the use of sound for
Yeah.
creating kind of a type of tension.
It was sorry. Really
Yeah,
last
we're
one,
just
really quick. The last point that I'm gonna say is on what you said about the sound. It got to the point where anything you heard could have been scary. I felt really tense.
John Krasinski could have farted, and I would have just jumped right out of my seat.
Yeah.
And also he's adorable.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he's always looking in the camera when the monsters are around. Okay, sorry. That's it.